Simplifying radical expressions. This time we're going to have a radical in the denominator. A simplified radical expression cannot have a radical in the denominator. So just like whenever you've got 2/4, you have to simplify it and get 1/2. Okay, you can't leave this square root in the bottom of the radical expression. So what you have to do is you have to get rid of it. And the way that you get rid of the radical, remember, is you multiply by, whenever you multiply square root of 3 times square root of 3, whenever you have the same radicand in the radical expression, all that happens is that the radical goes away and you're left with 3. So that's what we're going to do over here, is we're going to multiply the bottom by square root of 3. But if you multiply the bottom by square root of 3, you got to multiply the top by square root of 3. So that gives us 5 square root of 3 over, and square root of 3 times square root of 3 gives you 3. Now we've got 3 over the square root of 8n. So what are we going to multiply by? Well, to get rid of the square root of 8n on the bottom, you've got to go times the square root of 8n. So we put square root of 8n on top also. And that gives us 3 square root of 8n over 8n. Let's try these, okay? So we've got 7 over the square root of 7. So we're going to multiply by square root of 7 over square root of 7. So that's going to give us 7 square root of 7 over, and the radical goes away and you're left with just 7. But this is not completely simplified because 7 divided by 7 gives us 1, and you're left with square root of 7 as your answer. Over here we've got 2 over the square root of 18, so we're going to multiply by, yes, square root of 18 on the bottom and square root of 18 on the top, and that gives us 2 square root of 18 over 18. But you notice this, 2 over 18 is equal to 1 over 9, so that's 1/9 square root of 18. But then also you notice that 18 can be broken down into square root of 9 times 2 over 9. So that gives us 3 square root of 2 over 9, which gives us 3/9 becomes 1/3, so it'll be 2 over 9. So this time we've got, well, I'm going to erase this because I know I'm going to need this space here. So we've got x over y to the square root of y to the 5th. So we're going to multiply by square root of y to the 5th over square root of y to the 5th. That's going to give us x square root of y to the 5th over, the radical goes away and you're left with y to the 5th. But you know that y to the 5th can be broken down into y to the 4th times y over y to the 5th, which gives us y to the 4th, the square root is y squared, square root of y over y to the 5th. Alright, now you see y to the 2nd and y to the 5th, so let's simplify that. We've got x. This goes away. You take 2 of the y's away from the bottom, and how many do you have left? 3. So then you've got square root of y on the top.